Hi, this is John Marling, President of Pulse Research. Let's begin. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to attend our webinar today on how to crunch and beat your Q2 sales goals. I think all of you would agree it's some pretty interesting times out there, right? Some real challenges, but I've got some great news for you. What we're going to go over this morning is some of the best practices from ad reps just like you, and also some of the things that I've learned from all the four-legged sales calls I've made around the country, calling on advertisers just like the ones that you call on, facing the same challenges, obstacles, objections, etc. So thought I'd start out with some great news. Look at this. Here's some of the other ad reps and what they've done with the ad seller program. We now have $1 million ad rep, closed 68.5% of his presentations, average sale of $10,703, $1 million. How about that? An ad rep at a small suburban paper presented 385 one-page ad seller presentations. Pretty cool, huh? Sold 238 for a close ratio of 62% for 736,000 in sales. Look at this. A weekly ad rep presented 224, sold 151 for a close ratio of 67%. Yes, it can be done. You can do it. And here's why. Businesses today are thirsty for solutions and ideas to help them increase their business, getting new customers and new revenue, right? Across North America, ad seller in Q1, 51.4% close ratio. By the way, only 19% said no, and the other presentations are pending for total sales of $21.9 million. Now let's go over some of the ways that the best practices from these other ad reps, but I also want to share with you some of the things that I've learned. And now I've made over 1,300 four-legged sales calls. And the reason I do that is I want to make sure that I understand your world. I want to make sure that I go toe to toe with that car dealer, with that small business person, and face the same objections you do, so that I can help you with solutions and ideas to effectively relate to the businesses today, to show them how your publication can absolutely help them increase their sales and get new customers. What we're going to go over this morning is 10 recommendations from Pulse, 10 best practices based upon what our other ad reps have told us, but also some of the things that I've learned from all the four-legged sales calls I've made. Ready? Let's begin. Here's the top 10 recommendations that we have. Number one, sell a consistent campaign. Too many ad reps are focusing on selling one-time ads. And I'll be frank about it. We're selling too many special sections. We're just running around chasing our tail. Let's focus on selling consistent, small space, frequent campaigns that are bundled with print and web. When I was an ad rep, I sold, well, let me put it another way. I sold months and months and months. I made presentations to a flower shop. Okay? Finally, in desperation, I sold them a small one-by-one ad. How can you say no to a one-by-one ad, right? But we ran it consistently. Here's what happens. 6 months later, that one-by-one turned into a full-page advertiser. Why? Because your paper works. You've got readers who are looking for flowers. You've got readers who are looking for furniture and cars and appliances, etc. Recommendation number one, consistent, start with small space programs that are bundled with print and digital. Let's stop selling so darn many special sections and focus on consistent campaigns. Best practice number two, FOMO, fear of missing out. This is probably one of the most important human motivators. Businesses are extremely afraid of missing out. In other words, missing potential customers and sales they feel they should get. It's very, very motivating. So how do we use that? In your ad seller program, you can show them what they're missing when they're not also advertising with you. A lot of you getting objections, well, I'm on Craigslist and I don't need to advertise with you. I've got my own website, right? Well, you've got the information in your ad seller program to show them what they're missing, fear of missing out. So look at this. If they say, well, I've got my own website, etc., 60% of your audience have not visited any local business website. Okay? What does that mean? That means if your audience is going to buy 1,000 appliances and they're advertising that on their website, they're missing 600 potential appliance sales by not also advertising in your publication. Show them what they're missing. Fear of missing out. Best practice number 2. Recommendation number 3, Facebook. You know it. I've been out there. The number one objection we get is, well, I'm on Facebook. It's free. I'm getting my business. I'm happy, etc., right? Look at this. We've got the ammunition to show them what they're missing if they're not also advertising in your publication. Visit Facebook, a business Facebook page, different than a personal Facebook page, right? 79% of your audience have not visited any business Facebook page in the last 30 days. So 92% have not gotten local information to purchase from a business Facebook page. And look at this, 94% have not used an offer that was on a business Facebook page. So our appliance example, if your audience is going to buy 1,000 appliances and they put that appliance special just on their Facebook page, they've missed 940 appliance purchasing opportunities by advertising it on Facebook. Show them what they're missing. We're not saying not advertise on Facebook, and if you've got Facebook maintenance services, part of a digital agency, absolutely use this information. They need to be on Facebook today. But show them what they're missing and what they can get in addition by also advertising in your publication on a consistent basis. Recommendation number 4, how to overcome common advertiser objections. When I'm out in the field making four-legged sales calls, I get the same objections you're getting. Walk in with the door. Well, I'm not going to advertise. Print is dead. I just came back from a conference and they told us to use all digital. Another objection we hear quite frequently, particularly in the small community, well, everybody knows I'm here. I've been in business 35 years. Well, I've got enough business, right? Or one of my favorites is, I didn't get results. Let's show you how you can very effectively overcome these common objections. Tell your story. Show them what you can deliver for them in potential customers and spending. In this example here for a lumber yard, look at this. 7,600 potential lumberyard customers. How many of those would a lumberyard like to get? All of them, right? 4.9 million in this example of lumberyard spending. How much would a lumberyard like to get of that? All of it, right? And look at that, 1%, just 1% is an additional $50,000 in business for them. This overcomes the objections. Well, print is dead. We are not dead. We can deliver, but we've got to tell our story. We've got to show them, quantify what we can deliver, what they want. New customers and new spending for their business. Tell your story. Business practice number 4 for us. Number 5. Every single advertiser wants a solution. Let me tell you a little story. I was doing a webinar with about 35 businesses, kind of a focus group, right? And I asked them, well, how many ad reps, how many media reps contact you in the average week? Guess what? It's 40 to 50 when you think about not just the local media reps, but also people calling on websites and Google and search optimization and on and on and on, right? What do you come pretty good at if you're them and you're getting hammered once an hour by somebody calling you? Saying no, right? So I asked the business people, what does an ad rep have to do to get your attention, get the appointment? And here's what they said. Don't talk about your business. We don't care. Talk about an idea and solution for our business. Know about our business, but give us an idea and a solution on how we can get more revenue or get more customers. Here's the great news. You've got that opportunity. In your one-page ad seller presentation, you can select the current demand for products and services that that business sells. I was making a presentation to a furniture store. I was sharing with them the current demand from your Pulse of America survey. Living room furniture, bedroom furniture, mattresses, outdoor furniture, etc. And I asked the business person, here's the demand. Where do you think you can get more? Because every business has areas that are strong and areas that are weak, right? And here's what he said. Wow, I can get more rugs. There's 5,200 rugs going to be bought. And I've been only selling about 20 a month. He said, thank you, thank you, thank you. Why? Because we provided him with a solution. We were a consultant. We used the information as an insight to help that business person nail an idea and a solution to get more business. I was making a presentation to a travel agent, and he goes, oh my gosh, I can get more international travel. They don't have this information. You do. But if it just sits on the shelf and you don't use it, shame on you, because you've got the ability that nobody else has to provide them with ideas and insights and solutions and how to get more business. That is phenomenally powerful. That's what they want. That's what the other ad reps can't do. That's practice number 5. Number 6, use the prospecting tool that's in your ad seller program. Many of the ad reps, and I'll be quite blunt, call on the same people over and over and over. In the ad seller program, under prospecting, it gives you the close ratio, the average sale, and the sold rank. In other words, the most sold for over 500 business categories. Target the businesses that will say yes, i.e. the close ratio, and the businesses that are willing to spend, i.e. the highest average sale. Pulse has put together a ranking, what we suggest, what's selling. That's a combination of the close ratio, the average sale, and the sold rank. You're going to find some real surprises there. Business categories you haven't even thought about calling. Here's the great news. All you have to do is just click on Find, and it'll give you a list of businesses, and then just click create a presentation, and literally in less than 60 seconds you can create a one-page presentation for that business in that category you probably overlooked. So recommendation number 6, use the prospecting tool. It'll provide you with some insights and ideas in business categories that are willing to spend and will say yes. Recommendation number 7. In your ad seller program, you have the ability to create a calendar. Pretend you're an advertiser right now, and I'm showing you a consistent campaign, but instead of talking about just numbers or showing them a rate card, show them a calendar. Show them a visual of what they're going to be getting every single day. In your package, your campaign that you're proposing, they're going to be talking to your audience who are looking for where to buy carpeting, where to buy lumber, where to buy rugs. And look at this, it'll show in the calendar how many ads they'll be getting. 104 ads, 52 ads in the shopper, classified ads, 240,000 impressions on the website. So you're showing them a visual and you're showing them the number. What does that do? It gets them really motivated, right? Because they want this. They want a consistent program. And one of the things I've learned is every single business wants to be consistent. But we've got to do a better job showing them, getting them motivated, and most important, making it easy for them to say yes, comfortable for them to say yes to a consistent campaign. So recommendation number 7 is present a calendar showing the consistency of the campaign. They will want it. Recommendation number 8. After you show them the calendar and they're motivated, they want that consistency, then work with them to show them that yes, you can have a consistent campaign. It's realistic. It's doable. It's not risky. I was making a presentation to an advertiser once. We walked in the door and she says, I'm not going to sign a contract. No, she didn't even say good morning. She just said, I'm not going to sign a contract. I said, oh, I'm sorry. What do you mean by that? And she said, I'm petrified. Wow. She said she was petrified. She's scared, right? And here's what I said to her. Let's work together. I said, if in a campaign over 52 weeks, and she was a dry cleaner, and I said, all you needed was just one new dry cleaner customer for the campaign, would you be comfortable? Would that take away your fear? And she said, yeah, of course. And I said, if you needed 1,000 dry cleaning customers, probably a little bit risky and you'd be petrified, right? And she said, yeah. I said, let's work together and find out what's the sweet spot, what's comfortable for you in number of customers you need to pay for the campaign. She said, great. In your ad seller one-page presentation, it shows them how few customers they need to pay for a campaign. In this example here, a 52-week campaign, all they need is just 16 customers out of 7,650. Show them the calendar, say, with this level of consistency every single month for the next 12 months, do you think you're going to get at least 16 new customers out of the 7,650 we reach who are going to shop at a lumberyard? Wait for their response. And when they say, yeah, that's a no-brainer, you just made a sale. But here's the other thing. If there's a little hesitancy in their eyes, say, well, what do you think's the minimum going to be? If they say 8, you just made a sale for 22,600, right? I was making a presentation to a hardware store that had never signed a contract with this paper. And I said, let's work together. Let's find out what's comfortable for you in terms of a consistent program. What's comfortable in terms of the number of customers you need to pay for the campaign. In other words, your break even. And we worked out a program together. We signed the contract. And here's what he said afterwards. And I'll never forget this. He said, thank you. He said, this is the first time in all these years somebody has said, let's work together to put together a campaign that is workable for me. He said, every single other time ad reps have come in and told me what to do. Thank you for working with me. Recommendation number 8 is work with the advertiser, putting together a campaign that they are comfortable with. And by the way, you can close any advertiser working with them. Recommendation number 9, how to get the appointment. How to when you're going in on a cold call. And this is extremely important. Obviously, the information about their business from the Pulse of America survey is extremely important, motivating, effective, right? You've got it. They don't have it. Nobody else has it. But here's where many ad reps, and I'll be blunt, blow it. They call up and they say, well, we've got this new research. You know, the local paper here did this survey. Would you like to see it? They're going to say no, because they think the research is about and for you, and you're going to use the research to try and sell them something. The most important thing is to make sure they understand this is their research. It's furniture store research. It's lumber research. It's hearing aid research. Okay? It's pizza business research. Then they're going to be interested. And then say to them, we did the research. We asked the same questions you would ask about your pizza business to help you identify where you can get more pizza business. Okay? Where the demand is, like for rugs, etc. But also, by the way, they are extremely confused today about where and how to reach people. Think about it from their perspective. They've got a lot of choices, right? Everything from Facebook to Twitter to Instagram to Craigslist, to Google search to Auto Trader to, Realtor.com, etc. Also share with them that you ask the same questions they would ask about use of social media, real estate websites, automotive websites, and how would they like to see the results. And they're going to say yes. So business practice number 9, make sure they understand that it's information about and for whose business? Their business. Recommendation number 10. You can absolutely crunch your Q2 sales goals. Yeah, it's challenging out there, but darn it, as I've shown you some examples this morning and other ad reps, it can be done. But you've got to do it, just like Nike, a little Beaverton company here outside of Portland. Just do it. Let me show you an example here. Just one. If you make just one presentation per week with your one-page ad seller program, that's about $7,000 a month in additional revenue, about $83,000 a year. But if you make two one-page presentations, look at that. That's about $14,000 a month, about $166,000. Look at this. If you made 3 a week, not even 1 a day, that's $21,000, about $250,000 in new business. If I was an ad rep again, I would do at least 5. Why? It's simple, it's fast, it's easy. The businesses appreciate it. You're sharing information about and for their business. If you made just 5 one-page ad seller presentations per week, that's almost 35,000 additional business, over 400,000 over next year for you, and that's based on absolute fact. With a 47% close ratio and an average sale of $3,500 across the country. Yes, you can. So recommendation number 10 is use the one-page ad seller program. Go into pulseresearch.com/1, put in your own goal, set your own commission plan, and it will work for you. I want to thank you very much for your time today and your support. If you have any questions or any way we can help you, we're here for you. Email us at support@pulseresearch.com or 503-626-5224, or I'd love to hear from you personally, marling@paper.net. Thanks again. We will do everything we possibly can to support your success and help you earn more commissions and crunch your sales goals in Q2. Thanks and good selling.